it'd be easy to sit there and say how stupid and naive Boruto was to go seeking out Sasuke. Hey, I'm going to seek out Sasuke wherever the hell he is, whatever the hell he's doing, and he's going to train me up. Dumb ass. But I think I've told this story once or twice. I don't talk about it very often because I feel really embarrassed. But when I was 12 years old, I found out that Carrie Fisher, this was after the third movie had come out. So it probably would have been, I don't know, 84, 85. I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. So I found out Carrie Fisher lived in New York City and what building she lived in. It was like a People magazine, and they talked about how, like, they showed a picture of her. She was dating Paul Simon at the time, the singer, not the politician. And they lived together, and they showed the front of the building, and they gave the name of the building she lived in. They didn't give, obviously, her apartment number or whatever, her condominium number, whatever it was. But they gave the building, right? And said she lived there. And so, and here I am, living in the Midwest, so over 1,000 miles away from the state of New York, thinking I was going to run away from home, I was going to hitchhike to New York City, I was going to find the building she lived in, stand outside the building until she came out, approach her, and ask her if she wanted to date me. This was my plan. I was in love with her. Like, she was super hot, right? That was my plan. And I thought it would work. I thought I was awesome. I loved Star Wars. I loved all the Star Wars trivia, and she'd be impressed. I loved the Star Wars trivia. And she'd be impressed with my story that I'd gone all the way to New York City. And, all that, right? Like, so this was my plan. I took this seriously. I was going to do this. And then, my older brother found out, because as he found out everything, and mercilessly made fun of me. And it was actually, like, it wasn't all bad with my brother. Like, I feel like he toughened me up, and, it was abuse. I'm not condoning abuse, but a lot of it toughened me up for things later in life, But in this particular case, he really saved my life. I could have died. Like, if I was gonna leave. Now, who knows what would have actually happened? The day I left, maybe I would have chickened out, right? But up until that point, I was fully prepared to leave. I'd already packed a bag. I'd already saved a little money, squirreled away some food, some granola bars and stuff like that. Didn't get any water, which was idiotic. But I had the food, right? And I was going to hitchhike. By the way, 12, 13-year-old, side of the road, where cops occasionally pass. Thumb out hitchhiking. In the 80s, which I guess was more common back then than it is now. Like, you see that now. Everybody's calling the police immediately, right? Like, there ain't no 12-year-old of either gender hitchhiking on a main road in this day and age without getting busted. But even back then, man, somebody would have pulled over and got to a phone booth and called it in or some shit, right? Like, this is my plan. So, I think everybody's a moron at 12 and 13. Now, he should know a little bit better than I did because, like, he is actually out there on missions. He's been trained up. He's been given responsibilities that I would have never been given at that age. And I think he should just be a little bit more worldly wise. But he who lives in a glass house cannot cast stones. I was literally the dumbest 12-year-old in the history of mankind. Like, unless Joan of Arc was 12, when she started her shit, like, I was the dumbest 12-year-old in the history of the world. So, I can't really say much. So, I kind of feel for the poor guy, I'm not going to be hard on him. This was deeply stupid for him to ever think this was going to work, even under the best of circumstances. If Sasuke was just out there sunning himself, this would have still been bad. Like, what the hell are you doing here? And then he gets Sasuke ganked. That is just bad. That's bad. So, he's really stepped in dog shit this time, man. Like, I feel for the guy. Oh, we're skipping the theme song. Yes! Don't make me start anticipating it, because then I'm going to be heartbroken when we don't skip it. But, like, this is like the third one in a row. Now, I have skipped a few episodes, but this is the third one I've reacted to that has skipped the theme song. We're going on one. At 140. 3, 2, 1. At least Garb's still here. He can report to everybody how stupid Naruto is. Yeah. What are you going to do, man? Just launching himself. Making people have to pull you away with their little sand hands. dumbass. Let me lock you up real quick. Idiot. Yeah. I was gonna say, if he gets them both ganked, I'm gonna be really pissed. Yeah, good thing you're here. Oh, this is why I was told the cheesy clip show reminded us of some things. I guess one of the things it reminded us is who the hell this dude in the black is. Let me guess, him and Boruto are gonna team up. What the hell is this? Is this his boy? Yeah, I think that's his boy. What's up? You really didn't mean to step to me, did you? Yeah. He's about to punk you out. Yeah. Of course, I don't think so. These guys are powerful. So, what you got for this? Yeah. They love to destroy. You know, one of the bigger anime tropes is just the way they just be destroying the landscape, man. Just destroying it. Get wrecked. Well, this is awkward. Yeah, I agree. Punk him out. He's trying to smash you, man. Fortunately, you're just too small. Get that sumbitch. You like to dance, don't you? You little dancing bitch. Oh, shit. He just keeps, like, vanishing, seems like. Uh-oh. Yeah, now you can't dance away, can you? Smash him. This is what we call the perfect storm of sand. Grand Sand Mausoleum Seal. That's what you do. You seal this little bitch up. Yes, we have. Yeah, chill. You little bitch. I hate those guys. Yeah, he's a little tired. Looks like you didn't react fast enough, son. Arrest this kid. Not this one, the other one. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You happened to him. Gee, I wonder who's responsible. Not that I like to play the blame game. He handles some business. He wouldn't be able to do it by himself, though. He can still catch a cable. Chicago, huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shut the hell up, old man. Denied. Yeah, exactly. He's coming for that ass. I don't like tea. How about some coffee? Then you better do it with me outside the tea kettle. kid help? Not him. You're kind of a dick, aren't you? I guess that's what passes for affection for that son of a bitch. Now it's golden tea. The worst kind. Let me just put this price tag on here. Alright, $40. Escorting Boruto back home. Very troublesome. Oh. Oh. With Boruto. Yeah, I agree. Boruto is your reinforcement. You need to hurry your ass. What about the train? Yeah, I'm sure you do. Gee, I wonder what it is. Boy, you're getting a spanking when you get home. Agreed. How hard could it be? We got maps. Yeah, he's not here for your foolishness. I like Yoda. I can't remember what the woman does. Clownface we know is a badass. You're under arrest. Can you really trust him? We know you're a screw up. A map? I wonder what the hell he's talking about. I guess we'll find out, right? You're already a kid. You're already acting childish, what I mean. Yeah. What the hell, man? What the hell are we doing? This doesn't protect him if he's sticking out of it, does it? Get your ass back in there. You know what he reminds me of? You know how in Star Wars they always have to have some cute droid or cute little creature that goes with them? Really? You're going with the screw up instead, huh? Whoa, that's not good. That's what that reminds me of, right? R2D2 or the little rodent, you know. Wait, Yoda ain't coming? What the hell? We need Yoda, man. I don't know what the blonde can do, so, you know, I don't. I remember we saw her in a fight, but I don't remember what she could do. Yeah. Not gonna happen. Yep, now I can pass out. Oh boy. What the hell? Well, that's not good. They're gonna get jumped, aren't they? Who's lagging behind? Guess who? Guess who's lagging behind? If only I was running through trees, right? Go jumping from tree branch to tree branch. I like that his little legs are kicking and they're not really supporting anything. They're just kicking in the wind, right? Yeah, I can get used to this. Shut the hell up. I guess wind power would be the thing, wouldn't it? You would think solar power, but Okay, tough guy. I wonder why. Didn't work out. But worth a shot. Who cares, man? You little whining bitch. Nobody likes a whiner. Just get there fast, man. Here's a question. Garib goes back to the capital city. Don't they have a communication network? Can't they communicate to Naruto? Why wouldn't they do that, right? Of course. I don't know where he is. Maybe it takes him a while to travel because he's messed up. But, like, there's three of them. One of them can go back to the capital and communicate, right? Um, really? We're doing this? Let me pee down your back. The hell are you doing, man? So you're lying, is what you're telling me. What is his deal? This is why he picked Boruto, because he knows he's a moron that he can fool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He picked you because he knows you're a naive moron. You're never going to see him again. Guess what? He lost. They don't pee. Hmm. You moron. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to run away. Just get your ass moving. Yeah. So, okay. I thought he was going to run away. Take a break on his back. Just stay in your damn kettle. I'm taking him this time. Yeah, I agree. This is a move. We ain't got time for this foolishness. I agree. Like, I'm sorry, but I agree. You can't let him run away like that. He picked you because he knows you're a moron. I see. You know, I really hate to say this. I think his empathy has a point here. He's being empathetic. I can't blame him for that. You know, I've been very hard on him, but like I can't blame him for being empathetic. Yeah, dumbass. You know what? His sympathy. I kind of agree. Yeah, but like I said, his empathy means something. Like we should listen to his empathy. He's also a dick. Yeah, him and Shikadaya. You little bitch. I'm just kidding. Yeah, like, oh, wait a minute. He can't go back to the capital because he's watching the mausoleum. And the others can't go back to the capital because they're watching him. So that's why nobody can go back to the capital and send word to Naruto. I just put it together. Okay. I got you. Well, this is bad. This is bad. like I said, I'm hard on him, right? But the empathy, look at him. You know who the creature is hanging out with is Boruto. He's the only one who has any empathy for him. They're gonna sleep together. Not, you know what I mean. I like Puppet Boy here. Don't you have any puppets? He is a puppet master, right? Am I crazy? God. He's on a mission from God. What is he, a blues brother? Right. There are those who believe life here began out there. What the hell? How about empathy, you dick? He blows. All right, I'm gonna have to look her up. I don't remember her powers. Emotionally? Well, there's also just a matter of Boruto has to go home and you're going to the same place he lives. Why wouldn't you travel together? Like, just functionally, like logistically, like, pragmatically. You gotta send him home. Oh shit, I thought we were done. Because it had lagged, so I wasn't sure where we were, how far into the episode we were. He left. Oh, we're finally getting water. That's good. Yeah. No, I meant you're not sociable. Yeah. I saw a bunch of dead bodies over there. We should leave. Well, that's not good. I thought they were going to attack Gara. They're chasing us. Oh, that boy, that's even worse. That's not good. Yeah, really? Yeah. Because I'm awesome. Follow orders. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. I like Puppet Boy. He's one of my favorite side characters. He don't listen, man. Look at his puppets. Get the hell out of here. Jesus, you gotta get on your knees and beg this son bitch to follow orders. He means well. I get that. I like his little horse puppet. It's like a horse octopus, right? Yeah. This ought to be fun. Let me pull out my big boy. Fantastic. I love it. Puppet Boy for the win. So I have a question about the adults in this show, right? The legacy characters that were kids in the original show, kids meaning 11 to, I think they ended up being like 15 or 16 by the end of the series, right? They're now playing people in their 30s. And for the most part, they seem to be the same voiceover actors. I can't say that with any certainty because, just the time between watching the shows and all that shit. So I assume they're the same voiceover actors. And I've noticed a trend, not so much with Sakura, not so much with Sasuke and Naruto, simply probably because they just have more lines. They're not coming in for 1 week of recording and then going home for a year or two, right? Like they're doing steady recording, so I think they've been able to kind of refine what they're looking for, got more direction, probably listen to recordings and use that. But for the people that come in that were in the original series and now are in their 30s, you notice how most of them kind of gruff up their voice and try to sound older, and I think they're forcing it a little bit. Like this guy, it's a very fake voice he's putting on. I'm a gruff the crime dog. I need to sound older than I used to. I've been trying to make this voice sound different than it did in Naruto. I don't like it at all. Like, I hate what he's doing with his voice. I've heard him do better. He's, like I said, I paid attention to him because he's one of my favorite characters from Naruto. And I don't know, man. Like, I just, if I was the director, I'd be like, we got to start over, man. This just ain't working. So I don't know if this is the first time I've noticed it. I wonder if it's been happening with some of these other side characters, like Kiba or whatever his name is, that dog boy. And let me see, weird ass hair girl from last episode. She seems fine, as I remember. I don't remember her like, I'm older now. I don't really notice her doing that with her voice. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. See if you've noticed anything like that.